Hi dear students, welcome once again. This is part 2 motion under gravity, paper 4 mechanics. It was not possible to cover the whole topic in one video. This is the second video. Read the question. You know the theory and all formulas and tips. Question number 1. A particle is projected vertically upward from a point 3 meters above the horizontal ground. So it means that if I assume this is a horizontal ground, so from somewhere here it is projected from this point, and this height is 3 meters. It is projected upward with speed 25 meters per second. Now find the time taken for P to reach its greatest height. Now from here it will move upward, and as its free fall motion, so it will come to rest at highest point. So at the highest point V will be 0. Now you are asked to find time. Now applying the equation of motion, V is equal to U plus AT. We have V0, U we know 25, acceleration is minus 10. As you know, simplifying you will get 2.5 seconds. So this is the answer to first part. Then we have second part. Find the length of time for which P is higher than 23 meters above the ground. Now this length is already, or this distance 3 meters. From here it will reach some place, and this, please note that this distance should be 23. So it means that this distance will be 20 meters. So this is not drawn to scale, of course. 3 is smaller, much more smaller than 20. So this diagram, okay, I change it. Say this is 3 meters. Diagram is not part of solution. This is just to understand the situation in this question. So this is the situation. So this is now, if from this to this point it's 23, it means that this distance will be 20. So the question is, find the length of time for which P is higher than 23 meters. Means from, if we take start from here, so it will be, from this distance will be 20 meters. So for this second part, you have initial velocity is equal to 25, acceleration again upward motion, acceleration is minus 10, free fall motion, and distance you are given is 20 meters. And we are asked to find the time. Now applying the equation of motion, S is equal to ut plus half at square. Putting the values, you put the values and simplify it, you will get the values of time to be 1 and 4. Now this is again very important situation. Understand, it will be used again in the other questions. What does this mean, 1 and 4? It means that the particle passes from this point after 1 second. From this to this it takes 1 second. So here we have t is equal to 1 second. From this point it goes to the highest point and comes back again at this point. When during downward motion it reaches this point, then the time from the start from here becomes 4 meters. It means that from here it goes up and comes down in how much time? This is 4 minus 1. So 4 minus 1 is 3 seconds. So this is the answer to this part. Now part 3. Needs more deep thinking. Read the question. P is higher than some height h meter above the ground for 1 second. So I again draw the diagram because it's very important. From here P goes to, he is saying that some height h, but this height is from the ground. So it means that from this to this point, this height will be h minus 3, because this total height is h. And you know that this height is 3. So this height will be h minus 3. See the part 1. From part 1 we have found that the highest, say this is the highest point. The particle reaches the highest point in 2.5 seconds. 2.5 seconds. It's at the highest point. From here then it comes back. So we want that from this point to this point and coming back, the time should be 1 second. So it means that it takes half second in going from this to this point, and it should take or takes half second from coming back from this to this time. So this time is 0.5 second, this time is again 0.5 second. So 0.5 plus 0.5 is 1 second. So the particle should reach this height when the time is 2 seconds. This is very important point. 2 seconds. So we have the data now. U is equal to initial velocity, we are given 25, acceleration again minus 10, and S is equal to, we don't know. The question is that we have to find H. We are taking motion from this point, so our S will be H minus 3, and time is now 2 seconds. This is the time in going from this to this point. Time is 2 seconds. So applying the formula, S is equal to ut plus half at square. Putting the values, you simplify it. U is 25, t is 2, 1 over 2 into minus 10 into 2 square. From here, if you simplify this, you will get the answer. Okay, next question is comparatively easier question. Read the question. Here a small ball is projected vertically downward. So it means that U is equal to 5 and V is capital V. You have to find it. And next we know it's downward motion, so acceleration is 10. We are only considering downward motion, so acceleration is 10. Velocity, initial velocity is positive, it means downward direction is taken as positive. So acceleration will be 10, and you are asked to find the final velocity, and we are given the distance is equal to 7.2. Now applying the formula, 2as is equal to v square minus u square. Put in the values. From here you will get the value of v to be 13. This is the answer to first part. Second part, yes. Now read the question. For now we have to find total time. We have to find total time. First we consider downward motion. For downward motion, we have initial velocity is equal to 5, acceleration is 10. Initial velocity plus 5 means downward direction is taken as positive. Acceleration is 10, and final velocity is, we have found 13. We need time. So very simple, v is equal to u plus at. So from here you put the values, you will get the value of time to be 0.8 second. This is not the final answer, but we will use it in the next part. Now for upward motion. Upward motion. Now you are given that when it strikes the ground, from here it turns back and reaches the highest point, and this point is V. Here V will be of course 0, and initial velocity again is 5. But given that when it rebounds, then it moves upward with initial velocity u, half of that v. We have already calculated. So u is equal to 1/2 into 30. So your initial velocity will be 6.5. Now for upward motion, initial velocity is taken as positive. So this direction is taken as positive. Now it has no concern with the previous part, downward motion. We are dealing independently these two directions. So only you consider that it's moving upward in one direction, one dimensional motion. So we have acceleration is equal to -10 as gravity or weight acts downward. So acceleration is -10. Now at highest point v becomes 0. It's given in the question. So we have to find again time. So putting the values in the formula, v is equal to u plus at. From here you put the values, you will get the value of time to be 0.65. So total time will be 0.8 plus 0.65. If you add these, you will get this 1.45 seconds. So this is the answer to second part. Okay, students, next question, question number 3. Read the question. It's a simple and very interesting situation. We have some object over here and a moving target or target P. We want to hit this target by this object. This object will hit this target. When the object is dropped, the target is moving at point O towards this direction with initial velocity of 5 when it is dropped. So we have to find this distance. Now for P we know we have to think that can we find directly or we need some other quantity. So here we have acceleration and initial velocity only. We have two quantities. Now you know very well that with two quantities you can't find the third quantity. We need another quantity. Now see this. Now for this object, for the object. Now see that for the object we have initial velocity 0 and distance we know is 125 meter and acceleration is 10 square. So we can find time from this data t. We find this time because time taken by the object to reach from this to this point should be same to target it. The time taken by this moving target from O to this hitting place. So time S is equal to ut plus half at square. So putting the values from here we'll get value of time to be 5 seconds. I am saving your time again. Now for moving object or moving target, for moving target, now we have initial velocity, we are given, acceleration is given, it's not free fall now, it's moving on the ground, and we have found that time to be 5 seconds and we need distance. So just apply the formula S is equal to ut plus half at square. Put in the values, you will get the value of S to be using calculator. You may use calculator, and this is the answer to this part. Okay, question number 4. Read the question carefully. You will have very interesting situation over here and we will need deep thinking with the third part. In the first part, now see, you can understand that a signal is fired, he is in difficulty, the man in the boat. So this signal goes up to a maximum height of total will be 45, this is 5 from the cliff, above the cliff 5 meters, so total height will be 40. So we need u, initial velocity, final velocity is 0, acceleration is -10, distance is 45 meters. Now using the formula S is equal to ut plus half at square and put in the values. This formula will not be used. We will use the formula 2s is equal to v square minus u square. put the values from here, you will get the value of u to be, value of u will be 30. So this is the answer to first part. Then we have second part. In the second part, you are asked to find the length of time for which the signal is above the level of the top of the cliff. Now, it means that we need the time when the signal reaches over here and then it goes up to this point. Here you have very important point. According to the statement, this signal at this highest position vanishes. This is a very important point. So it disappears. After that we can't see it. So it's not like stone or ball and so that we think that it will come back. So it will not come back. It vanishes over here. This is the first question in which we are facing this new situation. We have not seen this in any previous question. So again I am repeating that it's not a particle. It's, you can say, form of energy in the form of it, which it glows or shows some light. So here it disappears, vanishes. So we need only this time from this to this. So we can put s is equal to 40 and acceleration is minus 10. Initial velocity we have found is 30, and for this we find time. Now putting the values in the formula, s is equal to ut plus half a t square. S is 40, u initial velocity 30 into t half minus 10 t square. Now if you simplify this equation, you will get the equation t square minus 6t plus 8 equal to 0. You solve this, you will get 2 seconds and 4 seconds. Now what does this mean? It means that it takes 2 seconds to reach from this point to this point. This time from this to this point, time is 2 seconds, and then for the after reaching this point, after 2 seconds we have 4 seconds. It means that then it goes up and comes back to this point. Then here in coming back, when it is coming back here, the time will be 4 seconds. But I have told you that it doesn't come back. It comes here and vanishes. So it means that it takes 2 seconds from this to this point, and then it takes 1 second to reach from this to this point. So from here this is 2 seconds, then this is 3 seconds, and if it comes then it becomes 4 seconds, but doesn't come. So after this it only goes up for 1 second. So your answer is 1 second. You can also think that you subtract, you get 2 seconds. But here, as it vanishes over here, therefore the time will be only from this to this point. Not that time is not included, which it comes back, which we'll see in the many questions. The situation when we will be dealing with particle, some stone, ball, like that. So this is the answer to second part. Now, third part needs more deep thinking. You have to understand what the question says, what is meant by the statement. The man fires another signal vertically upwards from sea level. He fires another signal, not the previous. This signal is above the level of the top of the cliff for under 17 seconds. This sentence, this signal is above the level of the top of the cliff for under 7 seconds, is misunderstood by many students. I have seen the mark scheme in the and the examiner report says that here the students did mistake. So they considered this that again this is the time only from going this to this point or far upward. No, this is the time in which he is saying that the signal is above the level. So this is now the time of some point here, from here to in going up and then coming down. So this time is included from the point to highest position and then back to that point. This is the difference between the previous part and in this part. We have to understand this. Now for the above the cliff only in upward motion. Above the cliff, upward motion, above the cliff and upward motion, for upward motion, you have u. So I want to find the velocity over here. What is the velocity at this mean when distance is 40? What is the velocity at this point? And it goes to the highest point. This is also important point. That velocity v is 0. So acceleration is taken to be minus 10. Now third quantity, very important, which I have explained you that now you will take time, its time will be half of under root 17. This is very important point, because 17 under root 17 seconds is the time in which the signal goes from this to this point and comes back. So if I make a separate diagram, from this point goes and from here it comes back. So this total time is 17 seconds. So the time from going this top of the cliff, this is the top of the cliff, again from this to this point will be half of it. This is the most important point in this question or very different situation. Now from here what can you find? Applying the formula v is equal to u plus at. Now v is 0, u is, we have to find u, the velocity over here, minus 10 into t, which is 1 over 2 under root 17. So from here you will find that value of v is under root 17. So at this point in going up the velocity is this, but now from sea level to cliff. Now we consider the motion from this sea level to cliff. Now here its velocity is this in going up, then it will come back. At this point it will be moving with the same velocity in the downward motion. So for the downward motion or for the upward motion, now we have to find the velocity of projection over here, and now v over this u will become v, it is under root 17. Again acceleration is minus 10 because we are considering the upward motion, and we have to find, now here we have to find the initial velocity, and we know the distance is, again distance is 40 meters. Now applying the equation of motion, again s is equal to v square minus u square over 2a, or this you can find that the initial velocity will be 35 meters per second. This is the answer. Question number 5. Now we are dealing with two particles. Particle P1 is projected vertically upward. P2 is also projected upward, but P2 is projected at a point which is 25 meters above the ground. Initial velocities are given. First part is the time for P1 when it is higher than top of tower. So here we have, this is tower. So this distance is 25. Taking S is equal to 25. U is 31. This is for P1. Of course, now upward motion acceleration is minus 10. And from here we find the time. Applying the equation of motion, S is equal to ut plus half at square. Putting the values from here, you will get the value of time to be, if you solve it, you will get the value of time to be 1 and 4. 1 second and 4 seconds. Sorry, 5 seconds. You solve it yourself, please use calculator. Now what does this mean, 1 and 5? It means that this particle P will reach this height when t is 1 second. And then what happens? What does this 5 second means? Because the distance is again 25, it means that it will go up to a highest point, it will come back to this point. The time from this to reach highest point and coming back, this time will be at the same level. This time will be t is equal to 5 seconds. So if we subtract 1 from 5, we will get 4 seconds. So it means that the particle P1 remains above the tower for 4 seconds. So 2 seconds, it takes 2 seconds from going this to this point, and it takes 2 seconds in coming back to the same height 25, because this time corresponds to the distance 25. So answer to this second part is, the first part is 4 seconds. This is your answer, 4 seconds. Then we have second part. Second part, the velocities of the particles at the instant when the particles are at the same height. Now please understand this. Now suppose this is the point. Okay, I know where is it. Suppose this is the place when they are at the same level. So they are at the same level. So distance, now this is for P1. Suppose this distance is S. For P1, suppose this distance is, this distance is for P1, this distance is S. Second part, for P1, distance is equal to, now P1 covers the distance, if suppose this distance is S covered by P2, but P1 starts from the ground, and so it will cover the distance S plus 25. Its upward motion, so acceleration is minus 10, and we have the distance acceleration minus 10. Initial velocity we are given is 30. So applying the equation, S is equal to ut plus half at square. So it will be S plus 25 is equal to 30t minus, putting the value, will get 5t square. So this is equation number 1. Now for P2, distance is equal to S, acceleration is minus 10, initial velocity is 10. So again S is equal to ut plus half at square. Putting the values, you will get 10t minus 5t square. So putting this value of S into equation 1, you should write it, I am saving time. Putting into that equation, you will get 10t minus 5t square plus 5. Value of S is 10t minus 5t square plus 25 is equal to 30t minus 5t square. 5t square cancels, and from here you will get 20t is equal to 25. So t will be 5 by 4 or t will be 1.25 second. So this is the time when they are at the same. So time will be 1.25 when they will be at the same level. But you are asked to find the velocity of the particle. Now for P1, V is equal to U plus AT. So we have V is equal to 30 minus 10 into T 1.25. So from here we will get T is equal to, this is 17.5. And you are asked to find the velocities. This is a very important point. When P1 is projected upward with initial velocity, he is saying this is the velocity. In the question, read it again. With a speed of 30 at the same instant, and but he is asking you the velocities. So I have told you in previous video that normally, naturally, we should take the upward direction as positive. So taking upward direction as positive direction. So velocity 17.5 means that it will be moving upward. This is also very important. Then to find the velocity of P2, again V is equal to U plus AT. So V is equal to 10 into 1.25 minus 10 into initial velocity of P2 is 10. V is equal to U plus AT into U plus AT, V is equal to U 10 into 1.25. So V is equal to minus 2.25. This is minus 2.5. It's minus 2.5. So it means that it is moving downward. So we have also found that the P1 will be moving upward at this time and P2 will be moving downward. Last part. The time for which P1 is higher than P2 in moving upwards. We have found many quantities. If you think you will get the answer from here. Now we have seen that at 1.25 second, P2 will be coming back. It will be coming back. It will be going up. We can calculate one more quantity to understand the situation for P2. P2 V is equal to U plus AT. At the highest point V is 0, U is 10 and minus 10 into T. You can find this time to be 1 second. Very simple step. Now see that the particle P2 reaches the highest point in 1 second. So it means that, suppose this is the highest point. Here T is 1 second. When T is 1 second in going up, here its velocity becomes 0 as we have calculated. Similarly for P2, we have already found that they are at the same level 1.25 second, and we have also found that in the first part that T takes 1 plus 2 3 seconds. P takes 3 seconds to reach its highest point. It will be somewhere here. Here time is 3 seconds. After 3 seconds it will come back. After 3 seconds it will come back. After 1 second P2 will come back. But when time is T1, we have found part 1 that the P1 particle is here. So when time is 1 second P1 is here and time is 1 second P2 is here. When time is 1.25 second, they are at the same level. And we have found second part that at this time it is moving down, it is moving up. So it means that after 1.25 seconds up to 3 seconds. We have calculated for P1 to reach the highest point. So after 3 seconds it will reach the highest point and it will be coming down. It means that it will be moving upward for this time. So 3 minus 1.25, which is equal to 1.75 seconds. Or you can also write the answer that for this time from 1.25 to 3 seconds, the particle P1 will be moving upward will be above P2 and going upward.